Suffering a heartbreaking loss against Team Liquid after day one of the World's 2020 playing stage, Mad Lions will be facing off against Supermassive in day two of the playing stages of Worlds 2020. Now having lost the game, Mad Lions they might find their qualification perhaps at risk, especially if they were to drop an additional game and perhaps finish third in the group, needing to face off against the likes of perhaps even LGD in Group B should they want to advance to the group stage itself. Previously, we mentioned that there are three options that Mad Lions could resolve their current identity crisis in. Going for a gank style with Lee Sin that they found the most success with, a farm style that they adapted to playing Lilia in the later half of the split, where they struggled on non-later champions, or perhaps going for the Evelyn. They ran two games of Evelyn in today's games, with the first game struggling against INTZ, and the second game having Evelyn fall flat on her face against Team Liquid. It is safe to say that the option of going for Evelyn, or perhaps pulling out some innovative picks, might not necessarily be the approach that Mad Lions continues this tournament with. Still, the identity crisis, in terms of resolving what the Mad Lions can find success with, continues. Going up against Supermassive, we see a similar trend as compared to what we could have been expecting against Team Liquid. Once again, this is a team that plays for the jungle, however, playing through the bot lane and having some questionable objective setup as they tend to play on 3 lanes and overextend. Zone control also has been a problem for Supermassive as they have been unable to control the chokes and have allowed them to themselves to lose multiple winning scenarios in which their opponents were able to steal drakes away or be able to win fights in situations where they were able to set up on the neutral objective first. If they were to go back to the gank style of gameplay, in which they deprioritize dragons, we would see a timeline that would more or less match the game against TL as we predicted. Securing bot cap would be crucial in determining the pacemaker for the game. Rift Herald would be an impetus for Mad Lions and a source of error for Supermassive. And between the 10 and 20-minute mark before the Baron spawns, Mad Lions can excel and shine during this period if they can play on 2 lanes effectively and create a tempo lead through smart rotations. After 20 minutes, once Soul Point or Soul or even the Baron becomes a major objective, Supermassive objective setup will be the point where Mad Lions would like to exploit. However, if Mad Lions would like to go for a strategy with a lower margin for error, they could go for a more farm style of play. Going up against a team that tries to play the meta of stacking 4 drakes, they can take a leaf out of the major upset that happened on day 1, copying the style of that PSG Talon had success with against Group B favorites LGD Gaming. Drafting the likes of Oriana and Ornn, they can go for a scaling teamfight composition in which they only aim to contest in the later stages of the game, sacrificing the early drakes to secure farm for themselves. This would mean that they would need to secure one of the first 3 drakes to prevent a scenario where they get forked on the Baron. They need to win the fight on the 4th drake, and they would have this set up on the Baron first. And with that, this gives us a tactical preview in terms of the adaptations and 2 choices the Mad Lions might choose to go for if they were to face off against Supermassive.